What's up, Buckaroos? Today I thought I would talk about my top 5 favorite high-end eyeshadow palettes, and I do have a bonus honorable mention in there. If you want to know what my top 5 favorite high-end eyeshadow palettes are, just keep on watching. My honorable mention is the Decay Naked Basics palette. This retails for $23, and this has been a cult favorite for a long time. This has just very sleek, kind of soft and velvety, but it's plastic packaging with the letters sticking up. Inside you have 6 colors. All of them are mattes, minus this one is Venus, which is the most beautiful inner corner highlight ever. This is just great to throw in your bag if you're doing an overnight trip with friends, or if you know after work you're gonna go out for happy hour with your friends and you're trying to zhuzh up and kind of kit some boys. Just throw this in your bag and you can create a smoky look real quick, girl. Yes, My 5th favorite eyeshadow palette is Stila the Natural. This unfortunately was a limited edition palette, and I tried really hard not to put a limited edition in, but you can find this on eBay, which is where I bought it like 3 years ago, so it might be a fake, but who cares. Inside you just have a little mirror on this side, and it gives you a little guide to what kind of looks you can do, which I thought was really nice for beginners. And then the actual palette itself is 6 eyeshadows. This top row here are all mattes, the second row are shimmers, and then you have a blush topper, highlight, and a bronzer. The highlight is great, it's very beautiful, and the eyeshadows here are very simple, everyday. When I bought it off eBay, I think it was like 20 bucks. Number 4! The Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Now let me just tell you real quick, when the Sweet Peach palette came out and everyone's like, oh my god, I went ham. I lived in Baltimore at the time, shout out East Side, and I went hard. I called about 10 different Ultas and Sephoras to see if they had this bad boy, and they did not. And I was calling all the way down to DC and places in Virginia because I am fucking nuts. Shout out to like the butthole of Baltimore, Dundalk. I feel you, those my people. Sephora had it, and I called them and they put it on a 24-hour hold for me. So I've had this since the day it came out, so that's right, I'm a thug. Anyway, I really like this packaging because it reminds me oddly of like Lego of some sort, like the girly Legos. Does that make sense? I just love the packaging, the nice ombre color, cute and girly, and I love that it's tin, it's more durable. And then you open it up and it has the cute little mirror with the peachy thing on it. Smells nice. It's a little more of a synthetic peach smell, but I don't mind it. I really like the smell. This palette for me means so much more than what it is because wanted this palette so badly. Knew if I spent the good money on it, it would push me to go out of my comfort zone and try these warm peachy colors, which I never have done before. I really thought that this would push me to a new level, and it has. And things I like about this palette is it has that pop of color in the green here and the purple. It's very everyday for the summer. You can do a simple everyday look to something more sultry and dramatic. And if you want to be sassy and add some color, you can do that too with this palette. And that is why I love this product. One downfall to this product, and downfall to really all Too Faced eyeshadows, is the glitter colors. This color right here, Candied Peach, and I feel like the glitter in Too Faced eyeshadows don't stay on the lid, they fall out, or once you put them on, they disappear. It doesn't bother me for the colored Candy Peach because I always put that in my crease, but Talk Derby to me, it just kind of made me feel a little flat on it. Breaking news just in. Stephanie, my cameraman, is behind me and told me that apparently, because I don't pay attention to like half the news of YouTube and makeup, Stephanie told me that when they re-released the Sweet Peach palette the second time when it was not considered limited edition, she said that a lot of people in the makeup community complained that the formulation wasn't as good and the color wasn't as good in the second release as the first. I just want to note that I have a first release because I'm an OG gangster. But if that's true, let me know because I would really want to know what that's like. And honestly, if it's something that important or that dramatic of a difference, I would go out and buy a second palette just to compare the two and get an understanding of what the difference is. Because this is a palette that I would really like to incorporate in a lot of videos, but if the quality isn't there on the second round or the products they're putting out now, I would love to know. So let me know. What's behind door number 3? My 3rd palette on the list is the Tartelette palette. The packaging on this is just très magnifique, Ooh la la. I love the packaging on this. I love the mattes because I think that this is just such a great everyday palette. Someone who's going to spend about $50 on a palette is probably someone who has a full-time adult job, or you're going to get it as a present. So for me, having them all match just makes it very work appropriate and very sophisticated. It's just such a favorite staple piece for that. You can do such a nude brown look, add some purple to it to make it more romantic, and come home real quick and throw some darker purple tones on it and make it really smoky and sexy, and try to get yourself some, girl. It's just a great, great palette. I love it. There's nothing bad to say. And Tarte has my favorite eyeshadow formulation out of all of them. I just love Tarte so much. So you know how in high school how you dated this girl and she was like, whatever, she was great, you liked her, but there was always this girl in like the back of your mind that you're like, but what if she could be a possibility, but you never went for it? That's this girl, number 2, the runner-up that you probably should have given a chance to because she's just as great as number 1 and probably has better tits. That's all I'm saying. This is the Violet Voss-Laura Lee Palette. I bought this and I was kind of concerned at first because honestly Violet Voss is such a social media based advertising brand and is an indie brand. I was worried paying the price, which is $45 for this, and having it be shit. And let me tell you, pleasantly fucking surprised. I love this palette. It has a really nice mirror. The packaging is great. The only complaint about the packaging is that like satin kind of cardboard and it gets hella dirty, but I'm also a gramunchkin and when I do my makeup I have shit all over my fingers, so part of that is my fault as well. This was so close to being number 1. I shit you not. There is only one reason number 1 is won over this, and I'll get into that later, but this palette was so close to number 1, like, you were so close to putting it in, and then she was like, no, I don't want to get pregnant. 1, the pan size. These pans are so big for a palette. The palette itself is kind of large, but the pan size is great. You will never hit pan on these, ever. But I'm not gonna lie, I have anxiety thinking that I might one day, because I love this palette so much. It has such a beautiful array of nudes, mattes, and shimmers and glitters. I've never seen a palette with just such great variety, but everyday usable variety. In this color Fried right here, can we just take a moment and applaud it? This color looks like baby shit, and I thought it would be disgusting. And it is such a nice transition color, and it's amazing, and it ties so many different looks in this palette together. The formulation of these is so nice. They're soft, they don't kick up a lot of powder when you put your brush in, they blend like a dream. I can use my really shitty Claire's brushes that my little sister bought me when I was in 10th grade, and they still blend so well. And if you just spritz a little water or something on some of these glitter shadows before you pop them down, like, okay. They're just amazing. They're pigmented, you can dip your brush in, bang it out, and just still get such a good coloration to them. And I just think they're wonderful on so many different skin tones. Laura Lee did such a good job planning this palette and just making it such like a universal but unique palette. I've never seen a palette like this, and I fucking love it. I don't know, I just want to make out with it. It's just fucking great. You know? And the number 1 palette, drumroll please, is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Original Palette. Actually looks like a chocolate bar. I just feel like Charlie Bucket, and I'm like, what's the golden ticket? Every time I open it, I'm like, yes, bitch, the golden ticket's gonna be in here. And then, no, it's not, no, it's not. Oh, and it is. It's always fucking in here, every day. Even the font looks like Willy Wonka-esque. It's just so cool. Anyway, this palette was one of the first high-end palettes I bought, and I was like, $50-some for a palette. This better make me jizz in my pants. And you know, when I bought it and I first opened it, I might have popped a chode. It's fine. But I did. The reason why this palette is number 1 for me, truly and honestly, is because of one goddamn color in here. And it's for this bitch right here. This Salted Caramel. This is my favorite eyeshadow color ever created. Too Faced, make this in a normal size pan and I will pay like $20 for it, not gonna lie. Best transition color on my pale ass skin. I love it. And I really, really wish, like so hard, if they were ever gonna redo this palette, to make this color right here, Champagne Truffle, here, and then move this over here. But other than that, that's my only fault with this palette, aside from Too Faced glittery shadows, having the glitter fall out like I talked about before. So many of these colors are just everyday, universal. They can be glammed up. They're appropriate for work. They're appropriate for school. They're very timeless. Marzipan is just this beautiful shimmery pink that's just great for everyday sass. Same thing with creme brulee. It just adds a good zhuzh to your stuff. And I really like Glanched, even though I dropped it and fucked it up. It's just a nice olive green, and I'm a sucker for olive greens. Love this palette because it's basic, and I'm a basic bitch, and I just know if I grab this palette, I can do a simple look or I can do a dramatic look. I can take 10 minutes on my eyeshadow and be like, you know, or I can spend 45 seconds and look good. I can grab salted caramel, put it in my crease and kind of throw it all over my eye, and then grab milk chocolate, throw it in the crease, and then grab any one of these other colors, throw it on my lid, and run out the door. 45 seconds, done. Use the same brush or my fingers. It doesn't matter. It smells like chocolate. This is just the best palette. It's great for starters. I think it's great for someone learning makeup and really trying to get into high-end and expand themselves but not get too crazy. I just think it's wonderful, and it is my favorite palette. And it has salted caramel. If you guys like these top 5 videos, let me know in the comments below and give it a thumbs up so I know to keep doing these. Write me what your favorite eyeshadow palette is for a high-end, because it doesn't take much to convince me to go get a new palette. And I hope to hear from you guys soon. Keep those antlers strong. Bye! What's up, Buckaroos? Oh,
yes! Write that, don't forget that.
No, I won't forget that.
All right.
That's what I used to be called as a kid. Mr. Decker used to call me in high school, and it was embarrassing, but that's okay. What's up, Buckaroos?
That's really cute.
Is that a good one?
I like it.
I think this is just so great for on the go. Throw it in your bag when you're staying at your boyfriend's house, or not. I don't stay at boyfriend's houses, so when I
stay at Steph's house,
I don't go anywhere. You're gonna go out for happy hour with your friends and you're trying to zhuzh up and kind of kit some boys, just throw this in your bag and you can create a smoky look real quick, girl, and get some dick. Okay? Probably cut that out. But really. I love the packaging. It's just simple cardboard, but this cute little naked girl in her panties, that sounds very sketchy of me to say. This lady here, no. So this cute girl here is just, it's just a nice essence. Now I feel like a creep. I can't say anything about it now. Dude, I brag about it. I want people to fucking know.
I know.
I want you to know. What's behind door number 3? Why do I say shit like that? Anyway.